Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Arkane Infinity. So we have an update for our scrap mechanic, our insane base. That is, if you didn't know, the developers released an update, or at least a blog about updates that would be coming soon to scrap mechanic. We're going to check this out when it releases. The ability to dig into the dirt, that will be new, so I'm all about that. They're going to have a turret block as well as a number of other blocks. I'm going to have a link in the description to a video that details the things that they will be updating. However, we're here because I want to update you guys on what we've been doing for the base that we're building around the scrap mechanic gas station shop. So let's jump right on in. Now with this new update, I possibly will create a basement under the or around an underground garage, maybe with an automatic door for opening and closing. I don't know. Now if we check back in my previous video about this build, I wanted to build a base around the scrap mechanic shop. I started with a mod that allowed me to craft any vanilla block that I wanted to. Then I made a bunch of top tier metal blocks in which to cover the station with. So as you can see while we walk around here, these are all top tier metal blocks. And we have a whole bunch more to finish off the build. Now as we make our way up here to the top of the facility here, as you can see, there's going to be a landing pad there for air vehicles. Presumably 2 landing pads over there, and with those turrets we can put those turrets on the tops around the corners, and there'll be an air pad there as well as storage right there. And this will be an air hangar. This is the beginning of the door right here, and it's going to go all the way over to about here, and it'll open up and it'll allow for small air vehicles to come in, and we can store them here. If we can create some type of lift system or something like that, you know, that would be great. Now we still have the plan of covering all the walls with the wall saws, and I'll put a link to in a little thing up there letting you know the video. You can check out the wall saws, and we've upgraded them. If you see, check out the second update of the wall saws. And so we're going to cover all the walls, but that's after we get the bigger facility built up. This is where we plan on having office meetings, another gathering room here, and then this will be, as I've been trying to set up an elevator system so you can bring vehicles here and take them up to the workshop up there. And this all over here will be work areas for vehicles, so vehicles can have a place to work on. And just to show you what I mean, like this little machine over here has a number of the blocks we're using to build the actual facility. You know, and now also, what's this? This is the vehicle that was basically taken from a creative world, and then I duplicated it here with the little duplicate your blueprint mod, so I could bring basically something in that can drive around the world and do what we need to do. You know, I have a number of vehicles. Like, let's give a quick explanation of the vehicle. So this is our exploration vehicle, our main driving vehicle, which is why it has the beacon on it. Then we have this one, which is our stone, you know, harvesting vehicle. It has a number of containers in it, so we can crack down the stones and gather them. And I do believe it refines them too. It has a refiner on them as well. So that's our stone vehicle. This is our first exploration vehicle that we built in game. It's a bit wonky, but it does the job, and it chops down trees and defends against all of those nasty haybots. Now there's a little bit of programming and not too much, just for the doors, you know, and it has the double wishbone suspension that everyone loves to create. So I thought I'd go ahead and duplicate that and create my own, you know, so we can drive with no problem. Now this was our first rock crusher. I think I did a video on this, or maybe it was the other one I did a video on. Now this one is well, it just gets around it and just crushes it and then drives over it. And this is a big beast. I believe I call it Big Bertha. It's a big giant vehicle, and it's made for multiple people to be operating it. Actually, the way it's set up, double refineries, electric engine, gas powered engines, handmade suspension system. It's a work of art, which is why I haven't taken it apart. But it's laggy, so the update will definitely make that run a lot better. And this is my first tree chopper, and it was basically just for chopping trees and defending the back, but just chopping trees down. And it was before I came up with the idea of making it where you can chop the trees and collect them. So I would chop them and just leave them on the ground and come back later with another vehicle to collect them, which that vehicle has been broken down now. Now this vehicle, because this is not my primary exploration vehicle, it's actually the old one. Here, let's go ahead and move this, because what we're going to do is we're going to go take the other vehicle to my oil gathering facility. Just to have an entire facility for gathering oil. Oops, little laggy. It clears up here. Now, this is one of the oldest. Oh, I guess we'll have the. I usually put hydraulics on all my vehicles. You pretty much have seen this. Once I learned how to make it, I created my own. And it's a pretty much good standard suspension. Now this one right here, this is a bit different. This was one of my oldest vehicles. It was put together so well. Before putting any mods in here, I thought I'd keep it. It's my most original vehicle with, you know, dual turning radius, saws on the back to protect the drills on each wheel. This is like a homage to before I started modding the game, so I'm gonna keep that one. I probably won't destroy that one now. Let's take a quick run. And by this being the vehicle area, it has everything you need for vehicles all on the walls and everything. Extra lights, let's see, extra engines, pistons, seats, you know, all of the extra stuff is on here. And most of that comes from other vehicles that have been taken apart. And I probably will not be making any new vehicles anytime soon. Now, true enough, this vehicle has a tough time getting out of the door. As a matter of fact, let's go put our safe position on this vehicle here. And I made this vehicle so it could have a bit of storage on it, just a bit, not much, just a bit. Now I do notice on lots of other channels, people are building bases that are mobile, that are on water, bases that are all different type of configurations in all different places, you know. Now the bad thing about this vehicle is because I didn't necessarily create it for the door was made. This whole entire facility was made before I made this vehicle, so it doesn't necessarily fit through the door because of this thing on the top, which I want to put someplace else. I just have to redesign the body somehow. So we'll close our door here. And I like this door has not glitched out not once since I put it together. It was a great construction. It did the job, you know. Okay, now we're going to take the long route over to our oil gathering facility. I have a beacon set on it. So this is our oil facility off into the distance here. Now, funny enough, I am always playing Scrap Mechanic, doing a little bit of stuff here, doing a little bit of things there, but I don't necessarily do videos on it too much because I'm playing so many other games. You know, it's actually very tough for me to do just one game all the time because I play a lot of games. I've always played a lot of different games, and so to be limited to one type of game is kind of weird to me. So you know, it's like food to me. You know, I don't eat just one type of food, so I don't play just one type of game. I don't listen to one type of music. So, you know, I spread out my taste in games and all types of games. You know, granted, shooters are my favorite. That's because, well, Halo, GoldenEye, you know, Doom, things of that nature, which I basically cut my teeth on as a gamer. So shooters will probably always remain my favorite. But that being said, I do like the other genres of games. So. Okay, and we're here. Let's get it closer here. Now, this is just a facility for gathering oil. It actually took me a while to find an oil pit in this seed of world seed. But we found ourselves an oil pit. We built ourselves a little facility over it to gather all of the oil. Let's see. Ah, yes, this guy. He's still here. That's funny. That's funny. He's still here. He hasn't moved. I ran out of room, so I had to actually put him out. So there you go down here, and this is how you get to the underbelly to see all the little stuff here. And then, you know, just to get back up, I have that thing. We're going to seal all of this real soon, but we, you know, just get the beginning set right. Okay, so we have 3 pumps that are pumping non-stop, but we did stop them. Now, extra stuff that we found in the world, we just threw around here. Just extra stuff, in and out stuff. That's why it's kind of haphazardly put together. Put us a bed over here, and basically this is just gathering oil from over there. That's all it's doing, is gathering oil. So whenever we need oil, we can gather oil, and then we can smelt anything we need here with these refiners or whatever. You know, a little beacon. And then yeah, so this should just be full of oil and random pieces. So we have more than enough gas and fuel. And I keep that bug down there, you know, or just random stuff we picked up. So this is our oil field. We're still trying to refine everything to get it looking a bit more pretty, but we're trying to get the operations working perfectly first. So, which is also why we haven't actually done any raids yet. Now, this is a very old vehicle. I believe it's just for driving. What is that? Oh, that's the doors. Sliding doors. And hydraulics, I put on every vehicle. Lights. And a horn. Yeah, this is an old one too. This is one of my first vehicles as well. And so yeah, that's just an update basically about what we're doing on our scrap mechanic. We're still building up that base. We're building out each room. As a matter of fact, let's fast track back to the base here, and I'll show you the inside of the facility. I've done a couple of upgrades, but not too much. We're just building out the body of it so far. And as usual, people are welcome to join me. Send me a message, say, hey, I'd like to join you in your scrap mechanic, and yeah, we can get the building. Now we're gonna go ahead and fast track back to our base, and then I'll show you guys around the top, and that'll be just it for this update on my scrap mechanic modded base. Alright, let's take this off the left here. Oh, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to have to fix that later. Alright, well, nothing's wired up anymore for some reason on that. So we'll just do a quick check of the facility. Give me a little dropout for whenever we create something here. So more just things for creating this facility right here. Now we're going to create some stairs on both, right here on this side. It's the office bedroom, which you've probably already seen. Little washroom here. So you have the washroom with extra toilet paper, bathroom, sink, and all that good stuff in here. Okay, we have our wardrobe room. So we don't have mirrors because that's what would be here, but we have the wardrobe room right here. Then we have an office room here where we hold meetings in there. Storage here. The other office hall. Quick access. Then upstairs to the VIP lounge here. The washroom, which we're yet to put a door on here now. Then the office lounge. What's this? The dining area, the cafeteria. Right here. Another hallway. This will be like the CEO's room right here, or the vice president's room right there, the vice CEO's room. More access. Another storage closet here. And just more access. Here's the meeting room as we saw it, yes. And that's the facility in here. And there's a little area up top as well where we're going to put a lot of the machineries and workings of the base. Up top there. Over here is a little area where people can go out and dine on the outside, like an indoor outside area here. Then more access right here, which we're going to create that little elevator there. We need to put some lights here. Thinking of having like a rotating light on that. Because once we start planting right here, and we fence this off with like a little fence or something, that's a breakable fence so that they can definitely get in. Then we'll have probably like a saw wall in front of it. I have a plan of doubling up the saw walls, a top and bottom, and they're offset by 1 block so that they can't get in at all. And then, yeah, we put a little lip around there just in case, you know, because when we plant there in the front, there still may be the opportunity for them to spawn and come from the behind area. So we'll put saw walls back here all along the back area as well. This whole area will be saw walls. So, and when they come up, they're always standing back, going back and forth, scared to walk up on the saws, so we can stand up there and shoot down on them. It'll be, now this will probably be the hardest area to saw wall, which I may end up squaring off this whole thing. But I kind of like this. Maybe we could put a couple open areas and you could just shoot them from this area. Put like a little phalanx or something like that, some sandbags, as it were, you know, and just saw walls around the whole thing. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe. It helps me grow. Really, it does. Arkane Infinity. Thanks again for tuning in. Like and subscribe for the win. Hit the notifications to stay informed when. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are wonderful until the end. Keep your eyes open for the next update.